Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the story of Saint Bhringi, a very important sage of the Vedic era. These stories of Rishi Bhringi, the three-legged saint, have been mentioned in the Kalki Purana and Skand Purana. In Kalki Purana, chapter 25, there goes a story. Once Lord Shiva was sitting on the Mount Mandara and Goddess Parvati came from behind him, tiptoeing, and closed his eyes with her hands. Her hands started sweating from the exertion, and that sweat fell down onto the ground. Out of that sweat, a fierce and dark creature was born, and that creature started roaring. Lord Shiva said to Parvati, Parvati, what are you up to? First, you closed my eyes with your hands, and now you have started roaring to frighten me? What is this? Goddess Parvati said, Nay, Lord, it's not I who is roaring. See, this is a creature. She removed her hands, and Lord Shiva was able to see the creature who was roaring, the dark and fierce person. And Lord Shiva said, Parvati, this is our son. This being has been born from your sweat when you closed my eyes with your hands. So, he is our son and he'll be called Andhaka because I was not able to see anything when he was born. You had closed my eyes. Andhaka later on was blessed by Lord Brahma with eyesight and he was able to see. And he grew up to be a staunch devotee of Lord Shiva with the name of Bhringi. Bhringi was one of the four major ganas of Lord Shiva: Ganesha, Veerbhadra, Bhringi, and we all know Nandi. These four ganas always went with Shiva and Parvati as an integral part and parcel of the entourage, and they always remained wherever they went. But Bhringi was distinguished from all these ganas by his unflinching and staunch devotion to Lord Shiva. He was devoted only to Shiva. So it's a very interesting story. Lord Shiva was always amused by the behavior of Bhringi because Bhringi circumambulated around Shiva only, ignoring Goddess Parvati. Once Parvati was agitated, thinking, why does he ignore me? Why does he just circumambulate around Shiva only and not me? And she decided to do something about it. One day when Bhringi came to circumambulate around Shiva, parikrama we call it, as always, Parvati sat on the left thigh of Shiva, thinking, let me see what he does now. But Bhringi was very cunning. He transformed himself into a Bhringa, that is the black bee. This is the etymology of the name Bhringi. So Bhringa, that is black bee, passed in between Shiva and Parvati and took a round only around Shiva and not Goddess Parvati as always. Shiva was amused by this behavior and at Bhringi's daring, and he kept watching what he does next. Now, the next day when he came, Parvati thought, I should now tell Lord Shiva to make me one half of his body. And Lord Shiva agreed. He talked to Bhringi in his mind. Bhringi, I'm highly amused by the stratagems that you are using to ignore Parvati. You're just taking rounds around me, not paying obeisance to the mother. So now she'll be my half. And he took the form of an Ardhanarishwara, half woman, half man body. So the credit for the Ardhanarishwara form manifestation of Lord Shiva goes to Bhringi. And Bhringi replied in his mind to Lord Shiva, okay, I know, Lord, what you intend to do. You see, I can see through your ploy, but I will not let you either hinder or inhibit me. I'm going to find another way. And he turned into a rat, and as a rat, he gnawed his way between Parvati and Shiva, and thus took only around Shiva, ignoring Parvati. Parvati was extremely furious, agitated, and this time she spoke up. Bhringi, I have told you so many times never to ignore mother, because mother and father, Shiva and Shakti, are one whole, two halves of a single truth. You cannot ignore your mother because your body is coming from both mother and father. And if you don't need the blessings of mother, then better you lose all those parts of your body that come from mother. So it's a universal truth, we all know. The rigid parts of a human's body, that is bones and nerves, come from the father, and the soft parts of a human body, blood, flesh, they come from the mother. And the moment Parvati cursed him, Bhringi lost his flesh and blood, and he collapsed on the ground, unable to rise. He immediately realized his stupidity, his foolishness, and he fell at the feet of Parvati. Goddess, please forgive me. This erroneous conviction has led me to this doom. Goddess Parvati said, since you are repenting of your actions, your conduct, so I feel like relenting and forgiving you. But Bhringi said, no, don't forgive me, because if you forgive me, I'll never be able to rid myself of the guilt of indulging in such an arrogant act with you. And then Lord Shiva took pity on Bhringi and gave him a third leg to attain support and equilibrium. That is why he is known as three-legged saint. And then he was able to stand on his three legs. So that is the story of Bhringi, which teaches us that if you need to have total, absolute happiness in life, then you need the blessings of both your mother and father. These Shastras, these Puranas, scriptures teach us the perennial values of life, which are sure to lead us to perennial happiness. Stay blessed. Thank you.